And the next thing is which I was talking earlier, which is the cookbook. Yeah.
Chiru.
Yes.
Hello, Chiru.
Yes, I
Yes.
can hear you. Yeah, Viru.
IP tables we cannot stop in permanently.
Yeah, we can start permanently. It's not a big deal. You just keep that IP table stop command in your recipe always, right? Whenever it is stopped, if it already stopped, it will not stop it again because the state is already stopped. If it is running, it will try
Ah,
to stop.
whenever we restarting the server, that time we need to stop
Whenever we are restarting the
server or machine.
okay.
That time we need to stop again with the IP tables.
Yeah, when in case if you're restarting your machine, right? If your service is automatic restart, there is something like automatic restart, okay? Like your Windows services. If it is configured that way, you have to stop it with your cookbook or your recipe. I mean to say,
Okay.
okay? Yeah.
Right.
So okay, now let's move on to work the manageable recipes. Okay, manageable recipes, nothing but now we keep writing so many configuration files, configuration nothing but the recipes, okay, and we want to do a well management of them, okay, and we want to add some metadata as well. So to do that stuff, right, okay, there is another easy way of managing your recipes, which is called a cookbooks, okay. So let's try to create a template of cookbooks, okay, and try to add the few configurations which you do it, okay. I mean, what are the Apache HTTP we did, right? Let's try to do the same thing with the cookbook, okay. Ultimately, when just cookbook is the meaning of it's a collection of recipes, okay, in a more manageable way where you can apply some policies, configurations, okay, to your resources. That's it, right? Hey Bhargav, I already sent an email yesterday about the session. I don't know whether if you didn't look into it. Okay. It's been just an hour. We didn't do much. Okay. So no worries, buddy. Okay. Just be in session. So first, let's try to create a template of cookbooks. Okay. And you know what? To work with the cookbooks, right? So you have to upload these cookbooks to your server. Okay. And then you have to run them into your notes. Okay. So recipes, you can run it on your local, but cookbooks, you have to use them into run it in the notes, because in a notes, right? So when I say node, nothing but these components, okay. So you cannot run the your recipes in the notes directly, okay. You have to run the recipes in a form of a cookbook. So think you created this cookbook, okay. So if you wanted to run this cookbook, a cookbook is a collection of recipes. It can be one recipe or 100 recipes, doesn't matter, okay. First you have to upload that cookbook to your chef server, okay, and then you need to run a command. That command we call it the bootstrap command. And what exactly the bootstrap command will do it will download this cookbook in a node, okay, and in a node it will run with a component called chef client, okay. So this is a big procedure. So to work with this procedure, first of all, let's try to create a cookbook on your workstation and upload that to your chef server, okay. Anything if you want to work with on the nodes, right, that should be in a form of a cookbook only, okay. So it will not accept anything else. So let's try to create some cookbooks and upload to the shop server. So this guy created something like mkdir cookbooks and all. I think we already have the directory with us. If you just look at this, go to your chef repo. Can you see I already have a cookbooks folder and I have something like starter. Just keep that as it is. Now let's work it out here, okay, in chef repo. Let's try to create our first cookbook. Okay. Chef generate cookbook. So this is the command. Chef is a command which is already available. Generate will generate a new cookbook, okay, with a name called learn chef. You can give any name, okay. So if you want, you can change the name also, you can do it. I'm just copying it as it is. Okay, so the cookbook has been created. The cookbook, nothing but it's just a template. Okay, it doesn't have any recipes and all. Okay, it's a template created. If you remember the Maven session, right, to create an application structure, okay, for a Java, Hello World, or web application type, we have templates, right, archetype generated and also something like this. Okay, and now this command is created a template called learn chef httpd1. Okay, and now can you see this? It is created over here. Okay, and you get to the this cookbook directory. It is created the directory, and it is created some files called box shelf. Okay, box file, metadata.rb, readme.md. Okay, chef ignore. So some files and some directories it is created. Okay, among them the most important is the recipes, guys. Okay, get into the recipes. So inside the recipes you will be having the recipes. So it will default create a default recipe.rb, and this is what the default recipe it will execute whenever you call this cookbook. Okay, now it doesn't have anything, it's a commented one, has nothing but commented, it's an empty one. Okay, nothing is there. So this is just a template, guys. It is just a template. Come on. So you have a list of files, and I'll tell you what is a metadata.rb, what is a box file and all later. But at this point of time, try to understand the most important thing in your cookbook is a recipe, and we'll try to understand the rest of things later. Okay. So now let's see, like, earlier we did something called, like, chef a Apache HTTP server installation on your machine, right? So the same thing I wanted to do it with the cookbook. Okay. So it's pretty simple. So whatever is there in your Apache recipe, right? You just copy everything and you get into your recipe, and there's a default recipe, right? You just keep it here. Shift insert. Okay. Right. Now, your cookbook is capable of doing the HTTP server deployment, okay, and deploying a simple index.html file, okay. So that's what your cookbook can do it now. Now to perform that, okay, so typically you would need a node, okay, because within a machine you can easily do with the resource chef apply command, okay, but using chef apply you cannot run a cookbook, guys. Using chef apply you can run only a recipe execution, okay. So how to run a cookbook on a remote node now? Okay, now the thing is, as of now, you're just playing around on your workstation here. Okay, now this HTTP resource installation as per what is in the cookbook, I want to do it in this node. I want to perform it here. Okay, so here I wanted to do it. So how to do that? So to do that, there are certain set of steps out there. Okay, so let's try to do those steps. Then we'll see. See, this guy did same thing. Added into the default.rb. Where am I? Here. Okay, so if you want to do it here, you have to make use of the command called bootstrap chef client unity users. Okay, now suppose if you wanted to, like, run the same cookbook here itself. Okay, so you might be thinking, well, anyway we can do it with the chef apply, right? Okay, but chef apply will not be useful to run a cookbook. Okay, chef apply is only for your recipes. Let me write it here. Using chef apply, you can say recipe.rb. Okay, but chef client you can run a cookbook. Okay, so let's try to run first here. Okay, let's try to run the chef client here, then we'll plan about, like, running in a node. Okay, so to run it in the within the machine you need to upload to the chef server, guys. Still now we didn't get any need of chef server. Okay, we are just working on the workstation. Okay, now let's try to run it on the this machine itself. Okay, let's see how to run that. So there is a command available, chef client command. So using this command you can perform it, and this is what the command. Just paste it. Chef client, okay, local mode, nothing but install it in my own machine. Okay, so typically the same command will be work, like, something different with the nodes. You will be mentioning the IP address of your server details. Okay, and run list recipes your cookbook name. Okay, just run this. and now it is executing your first cookbook on your own machine. Something went wrong? Exited unsuccessfully. Error resolving cookbooks from run list. No such cookbook. Learn chef. Okay. I think this should go into the cookbooks folder actually. Okay, now you run this. Good. So it's successfully finished, guys. Okay. So to cross check, you can just check it out. Okay, you might be thinking it's already there, right? What you did new. Okay. I'll try to change something, then I'll talk about that. Okay. So go to your recipe and default recipe, open. I'll do something. So let me say PG color equal to red. I just made some changes. Now you try to run that. I made some changes to my recipe now. Okay, so whenever something changed, right, there is a change happened here and it's reflecting here. Now try to refresh. You can just see a reds because I put a BG color as a red, so you can find those changes here. So this is how you can write a simple template cookbook. Okay, and the same cookbook now I wanted to apply on the node. Okay, now this is a time, let's move from workstation to the nodes, because just by running in my own machine I don't get anything, right? So I wanted to proceed. Okay, so move ahead with, like, deploying it to the node. So when it comes to the deploying it to the nodes, the cookbook, if you want to deploy it to the node, you have to make use of the chef server, otherwise you cannot proceed further. So how to do that? So let's see that. Okay, there is one more thing is there. Suppose if you have multiple, okay, look at this, guys. This guy is executing. See, the above command runs the default recipe. So this will default run what? Default.rb. If you wanted to run any other recipe, see, because I told you a cookbook is a collection of recipes. So in your cookbook file, if you look at your cookbooks, lead app, inside the recipes, suppose you have one more cookbook here. Assume one more cookbook. Okay, sorry, one more recipe. Okay, so touch abc.rb. So this abc.rb, if you want to execute it, okay, so what you can do it, you can call something like this. Okay, so give colon colon and you give the that recipe name. So this one will run abc.rb in the above code. Okay, so you can run a specific recipe as well in case if you have many. So you might be thinking that in that case I want to run all together in a one single run. So if that is the case, right, what you can do it in a default.rb. So you have to give, like, recipe abc.rb, something like this. Okay, if you give it the chain of cookbooks, it will execute it. Sorry, chain of recipes all together. Okay, so default, anyway, default will execute. So this will execute first all of them, and then finally it will execute your recipe. So we'll see those kind of examples later. Okay, now let me move on with, like, uploading your cookbooks and all. Okay, now this is the time to understand the concept of workstation, chef server, and nodes and all. Okay, so this part I have already explained to you. Workstation, which is a machine where you write your cookbooks, okay, where you run your cookbooks and apply to your server. And chef server is a kind of a repository server, okay, where it maintains all your cookbooks and notes data and the configuration stuff. Okay, and notes are ultimate your end servers. Okay, where you will be deploying your software components. Okay, look at this link and all. You can follow that if you want it. Okay, so now to upload a cookbook to your chef server. Okay, so you will be making use of a command called knife. Come back to your chef repo. So this is what your parent folder is. You have to work here only. The knife command will work here only. Okay, so using knife you can upload your cookbooks to your chef server. Okay, so the command is going to be the command is mentioned over here. This is what the command: knife cookbook upload your cookbook name. That's it. And see, and make sure your knife can communicate to your chef server, then only it can upload it. So that is mandatory, guys. We already tested that. It is handshaking fine. Now can you see this? It is uploading a cookbook called learn_chef_HTTP to your chef server. Right? It is successfully uploaded. Okay. And if you want, you can check that. Go to your chef server. Where is it? Okay, so you can find the cookbooks here. Groups, somewhere you can find it. Leave, invite user. What can I find? It's SCMA, notes, manage organizations. Policy. Yeah, here it is there. Under policy it is there. Can you see this? The first version of cookbook, okay, which you just uploaded, and similarly you can upload a number of cookbooks to your chef server. Okay, so that's how you upload it. Okay, next, suppose if you want to make use of any community cookbooks, okay, forget about community later. So let's try to deploy this cookbook on a remote node, which is nothing but server here. Okay, so if you want to deploy that, first of all the cookbook should be there in the chef server. Now this time the cookbook is there in the chef server. Okay, and the cookbook name is a learn stdpd blah blah blah. Now this I want to run it on your this node. Okay, I want to run it on this node. Okay, so to do that there is a command available which is a knife bootstrap command. Okay, so knife command will take care of that. So this is what the command. Just take this command and go to your workstation. Okay, and paste it. It's a simple thing. Same run list, guys. Only thing is earlier command only, same thing. Okay, only the thing is you need to just give the username password of your chef server. Okay, my chef password is a vagrant. Okay, vagrant, and IP address is 192.168.30.12. Okay, so knife bootstrap, you provide sudo here. Okay, that's it. See now, and it will name it as a node 1, guys. Okay, you can give any name to your node. It will register with that name in your server. It is trying to connect to your server. Can you see this? It is connecting there, and it will install a chef client there automatically. You don't need to install anything explicitly on your nodes. Your bootstrap command will take care of installing it. Can you see this? It is doing the trying duplicate, that, which is nothing but your chef. Any node should have internet connectivity. Then only it will work. Otherwise, it will not work. And if you look at this chef 1211, this is what the RPM file is downloading. Okay, you know what? This file will be around something, I'll tell you, 60 MB and all. Okay, so the same file which I also have it, so it is trying to duplicate from the internet now. Okay, First time it will take more time because downloading will take more time, okay, but second time and it will be pretty easy, okay. It just goes like that. Okay guys, something went wrong. Chef run process exited unsuccessfully, okay. So let's look at the things. So if your chef's server URL is correct, your network could be down. So it's simple thing guys. Our chef server, it is accessing with chef.mycompany.com, right? But actually, do you think this DNS is there in our network? No, right? So we are explicitly mocking the DNS with the help of the host file, okay? So now your job is to, in that node, okay, your node is already up and running, right? So you go to your 12th node, Vagrant SSH, you have to add in the host file with the IP address in the chef.mycompany.com, then only it will work, okay. But in the real time it is not required. There will be a DNSS and proper network will be there, and it can ping the chef host name, okay. So as it is a mock demo, we have to provide that because there is nothing like a DNS with that name. I'm just trying to log into the 12th machine, okay, 30.12. Okay, now sudo vi etc host. So 192.168.30.11 chef dot mycompany.com, right? Okay, now you run this.
Hello,
Come on, guys.
my
Okay.
company spelling mistake in host.
Okay, yeah. Let me check it out. Okay. Yeah. Thanks so much, guys. Can you see this? It will check the chef client first. It is already there. It will not download. So this time it is not it's not downloading chef client because in the first installation and first run itself, it is already installed your chef client. Okay. Next time onwards, it will use the same thing. Now all these operations are done on the this 30.12, not on your workstation. So, but the operations which you are performing from your workstation only. So by sitting here, you're controlling all these nodes. Okay. Let's wait for a while. It takes little time because it is trying to install the HTTPD from the yum install command, so it takes little time. First time only, second time only it is already there, right? So it will not install again. Okay, successfully done. It is good. So nice. It is finished in 51 seconds. And if you want to cross check whether it is really done or not, you just check what is your node IP 30.12, right? And you can find same thing. That's it. Here you go. You deployed your Apache server with a simple HTTP file. Okay. So this is how your chef works, guys. Okay. Now this will give a clear idea for you how it is working. Okay. Now you prepared a cookbook, you upload to the chef server, and you run a nice bootstrap command on a particular node, and that will spin up a chef client in the node. Okay. And download the cookbook here and applies it. Okay. Now the same command you just start running it for the multiple files. So if you want to do it for the node 2, okay, so the same command, guys, there is nothing new. You just have to change the register the node with the node 2, okay, and change the user IP address. That's it. It will perform it in the other server as well. So you can perform it this for each and every server, and that will take care of installing or what are all the things you do it in the cookbook, right? Everything it will apply it on the particular node. Okay, so that is what this command says. Okay, so above command will launch the chef client in node automatically. Yeah, that I already told you. This is all same thing, guys. I was just using the cloud server, so you can find some cloud host names here. Okay, you can ignore it if you want it. You can just take the IP address. So till here, this explanation of the basics of your cookbooks. Okay, now if you want a technical definitions, I've written here. I just bought it from the same documentation, guys. If you want, you can refer that, or if you want, you can see this. Okay, what is a cookbook? Cookbook serves a fundamental unit of configuration and policy details that chef uses to bring a node into a specific state. Now, simple thing. Now you bring a node into a HTTP install with an HTML file state. Okay, so that's a kind of a state which you are giving to a node. So that can be done with a chef cookbooks. Okay, this is just means of like chef user cookbooks to perform the work and make sure the things as they should be on that node. Okay, it just maintains a state, guys, nothing else. Okay, maintaining a state of your node. What is the recipe? Is the main workforce. Okay, a cookbook without recipes is nothing. Okay, recipe is the main thing which has main workforce, which is nothing but what exactly you want to do. It you will mention in the recipe only. Okay, so you will be typically like in a recipe. It contains resources and their actions, all of them. Same thing what I told you earlier. Okay, I need to talk about these things. Okay, these things I'll talk now. Okay, attribute template. Okay, metadata that RB. Okay, what is a template? I think we already seen this. Templates are similar to files, but they are not static. Template files end with the ERB extension, meaning that they contain embedded Ruby. So what exactly a template is? Let's take the syntax. Now I'll try to help you with this cookbook one. Now, cookbook, lead app, learn chef, okay, and inside the recipes you have a default.rb. Just try to open. So you know what this cookbook is doing, this recipe is doing, deploying this content, right? Suppose tomorrow you have such a big content, guys. Okay, example I would say uh, I have see, this is what my content assume. Okay, you just do the page source. You can get some HTML content, guys. Okay, you can take this entire content, and that entire content is a file. That entire content you cannot write it in this simple content directory, right? Okay, this content file. This is if you write that entire content, right, it will be really it doesn't look good, and it is difficult to manage your recipes. Okay, so that's the reason instead of using this type of file, right, what we'll use, we'll use a template, guys. Okay, so the template will be there inside the cookbook. Learn. There is something called templates. Can you see template? There's no template. I think we have to create it here. Okay, so mk, or let's do one thing. There is a command available to create a template, guys. I'll show you the command. Template. Is it there anywhere? Yeah. Okay. So come back to your resource. Shift insert. Okay. Now in this file, I wanted to embed this. Now this file content is not required anymore to us. Okay, just delete it. Okay. Now this index.html.erb is there, right? This file, you need to keep it in a mkdir cookbooks learn templates. Okay. So just create this directory. Go to the cookbooks, learn templates. Just get it here, and here you need to create a file called index dot, what is it, index.html.erb. so this kind of a file you need to create and paste your content here, your HTML content. Shift insert. Okay, so if you have such a big content, you do this. Okay, now once you're done with this, right, so you just come back to your home chef repo folder. You just start to run that and see whether it is working fine or not. Okay, so before running that, you have to upload it, right? So make use of your chef upload command, because if you try to run the bootstrap, what will happen, it will run the old cookbook only, because in your chef server it is having an old one, not the new one. So you just have to upload a new one. Done. Now you do the bootstrap. Okay. So it is trying to connect the server and do your cookbook apply. That's it. It's done. Now you please cross check your node. Okay, this is what your index.html, right? Something wrong, guys. Maybe it is not added properly. Let's check. It's showing empty, right? We'll see it in this file. vi var www html index.html. It is there. It's not showing. Maybe because it's a server side code. Okay. So do you have HTML first of all here? Yeah, it's a server side code. That's why it is not showing anything. See, can you see this? It doesn't have anything related to the HTML. Okay. So if you want, you can create some tag, body, shape tree. See, it doesn't have total code. Body, HTML. That's why it is not showing anything. I think I'm not a root. Okay, forget about that. We'll add some different code, guys. Simple code. Okay. Normal HTML file. Okay. Let's take some simple HTML example. Try it yourself. I'm not getting proper HTML files. Okay, with some colors. Try it yourself. Okay, let's take this code, guys. Such a little bit of bigger code, and add it in your CD, cookbooks, leader, and we created a folder called templates, right? Inside the templates, you have it index.rb here. Shift home. Come on. First, make it empty. Then vi shift insert. Okay. Upload. First, upload that. Okay. Now bootstrap. So this time we should be able to see that HTML file properly. Oops, sorry. Guys, any issues? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Now,
So I was just talking about, like, let's see something about the community cookbooks. Okay. So as of now, the cookbook which you're seeing there, it's your created one. Okay. But similarly, there is something like Chef Supermarket available by hosted with Oxford, guys. Chef Supermarket. Okay. And this is what the website. Okay. And in the supermarket, they host the community cookbooks. Okay, which are freely available. You can download it and you can make use of it. Example, I wanted to install uh, what to install? I want to install Java 7. Okay, search. Okay, can you see this? A cookbook called Java available with a version called 1.39.0. Okay, there's so many cookbooks are there. This is one Java, another Java. Okay, another Java. So it's up to you which cookbook you want to do it. Okay, every cookbook has its own name. Okay, Java SC, this is from the Oracle one, this is from the Blue Jeans. Okay, and this is from Sun. Okay, so we have, like, different Javas. So it's up to you which cookbook you want to download. Okay, now let's take the plain Java, which is the normal one. Okay, now to download any of the community cookbooks in your machine, okay, so you can make use of the same knife command. Upload is there, right? This command we can just say cookbook download, and your cookbook name is Java knife. I think it is a site, something was there. Knife site cookbook download Java. Okay, the syntax error, guys. It's, let me check what exactly is it. Knife cookbook site download. Okay, it's a reverse. Knife cookbook site download. Here you go. It's downloaded. Can you see this? It's downloaded in TZ format. Okay, you just extract that tar minus .xvf. My God, what the hell? Can't extract that? Chmod. Oops. Okay. Let's not use this. Sudo rm. We are using, what do you call, sudo, right? Let's not use the sudo, guys, because of sudo the permissions are become root. Can you see this? So I deleted that Java. Let's try to download one more time without sudo. Done. tar minus .xvf. Okay, now it is extracted fine. Can you see this? Your Java cookbook is available. Just move that cookbook into your cookbooks folder, because you can upload only if it is inside the cookbooks folder. If you want, you can check it out. You have all your cookbooks here. This is your cookbook. This is download cookbook. Okay, and look at the download cookbook. It will be having a pretty much similar structure. Can you see recipes? Can you see bug file? Can you see metadata RB? So you have little more other files. Okay, so we'll see them later. What exactly? And you see, yeah, it has templates as well. Okay. So if you get into the recipes folder, and you can find n number of recipes, okay, other than the default.rb. So somebody has created this cookbook to install the Java animation, okay, just to install the Java animation. So they're taking care of everything, like, from where to download, how to download, okay, so everything they have taken care. So even they include Windows R, in case if you node is a Windows, they the recipes will take care of like installing the Windows. So we don't have to work on much about that cookbook. Okay, so we can just directly upload that and run it. Okay, let's try to upload this cookbook to a chef server and install Java on our remote machine. So this is what our remote machine, right? So do we have a Java here in this 12th server? We don't have any Java here. Let's try to install with this. Okay, upload. So upload Java. Okay, it's upload failing, guys, because cookbooks will be having some dependency. Okay, so like a Maven dependency management, a plugin may a jar may depend on another jar, something like that. Okay, you have a dependency chain in the Maven, right? Similarly, even in the cookbooks also there is a dependency chain available. Okay, so the dependency chain you mention in a metadata.rb file. Okay, so if you want to believe it or not, I'll show you it in the your Java cookbook, there is a file called metadata.rb. Okay, so try to open. Can you see this? Here somewhere you can find. Yeah, can you see this? It depends on apt. Okay, so to install this cookbook, it requires apt, and I think the error talks about the same thing. Can you see this? It requires apt cookbook. So now what you're supposed to do it, first you have to upload apt cookbook. Okay, then once it is available, then only you can upload the Java cookbook. Okay, so where can I get the apt? I think apt is also a community cookbook, so if you want, you can check it out, download, and try to download the apt from the site. So when I say site, nothing but it is pointing to this server only, guys. Okay, this open source supermarket, chef supermarket only. Okay, now apt1 is downloaded. So just try to extract that tar manager xvf apt, and now move this apt also to your cookbooks folder. Okay, and try to upload apt first. Okay, not Java. Okay, it is failing again. Okay, the reason it is, the apt is having a dependency of compact resource, something like missing cookbooks. Okay, so if you want, you can cross check it in the apt metadata.rb. Sorry, not JSON. Metadata.rb. There's nothing like metadata. Missing cookbooks are compared resource. Cookbook apt depends on cookbooks which are not currently being uploaded. Okay, let's try to download that first. What is it? Compact resource. Okay, it's downloaded. Let's say compact mv compact to cookbooks. Now we'll try to upload this first. Compact resource. Permission denied. Maybe we have to use sudo while uploading. Okay, it's done. Now once this is done, let's see apt. You have to come in a reverse way. Okay, this is also done. Now finally your actual Java. Let's try to upload Java. Right? Now your Java is uploaded. Now if you wanted to install a Java in your end node, right? Just do the bootstrap. Okay. So instead of the learn chef stdpd, what you can do it? Just say Java. This will install Java on your machine. Understand, Bhargav, your question? Instead of going through each and every dependency, we have a workaround. Okay, so the workaround is bug shelf. I'll talk about that. Okay, don't worry. I'm just showing you in the beginning because you should understand what is the dependency, how it depends on each and everything. If I directly show you the bug shelf, you don't understand the concept in the back. Can you see this? At the end, it is downloading all three cookbooks in a node, your node from your chef server, and trying to install. Guys, this takes a longer. I hope you understand now why. Because your first time setting up Java in a node. So your cookbook will not be having any Java installer actually. Okay, your cookbook will be having the commands to install. So ultimately, the commands will download from the internet. Okay, from a hosted repository. So the downloading is taking more time here, not the installation. Installation will be pretty faster. Okay. So as it's the first time, it takes more time. Second time onwards, it won't take more time. Okay, so look at this. It has successfully installed Java in your machine. If you want, you can cross-check it. Here you go. Oh, it's installed 1.6. Maybe that cookbook might be having 1.6 version. Okay, so there should be a way to install 1.7 as well. Okay, so this is how you can create your own cookbook and upload and install. You can make use of a community cookbook. You can download and you can install it. So it's up to you. Okay, so most of the time we use both. Okay, we create our own, at the same time we use the standard cookbooks which are available in the community, because I don't want to write any cookbook to which is already available in the supermarket, because no point in writing it again. So somebody will already spend a good amount of time on preparing these cookbooks. Okay, so we will be spending time on our own application. Okay, example, if I ask you deploy the lead app application, so to deploy the lead app application, right? Okay, let me go back to the notes. Lead app application. Okay, so if I ask you to write a cookbook for this, I can concentrate on my application side, but to deploy a lead app, there is a prerequisite. Okay, prerequisite components I need to look into it. So which is the server should have Java first. Okay, and the server should have Tomcat first. Okay, right? And that is one server. And about the DB, should have MySQL server running. Okay, right? So these are all the prerequisites. If I have then only, then I can create my lead app cookbook. So here, right, writing the cookbook for all of them is not required because these are already available in the market, okay, chef supermarket. So if you could concentrate on only this cookbook, which is your application cookbook, that is more than enough. Now what I'm going to say is your lead app depends on these cookbooks. Simple. Okay. So if you look at the Java, right? Java depends on what? APT, something like. Similarly, your lead app depends on MySQL, Java, Tomcat and all. So now I hope you understand now what I'm trying to say. So with the help of chef kind of a framework, okay, if you have a bare minimum OS node, okay, that is more than enough for you. You can take care of the rest, okay. So you don't need to have the softwares installed at all. So you can take care of installing even the software. That's a, like, specialty of any configuration management tools like chef and all. They will take care of even setting up the your softwares, okay. But with the help of the shell scripting and all, I mean, you can achieve it if you put a little amount of more efforts and all, okay, but it is a little difficult, okay. With this side, it's pretty easy with this chef kind of framework, okay. You can reproduce an environment at any point of time with your softwares and your application deployment, okay. Now what I'm trying to say is, let's concentrate on writing this cookbook by taking the help of the community cookbooks, okay. So community cookbooks will download and we'll upload it, and once it is done, we'll try to deploy our application, okay. And we need to write a cookbook to deploy our application. So while writing this, you'll understand, like, what exactly our requirement, what you're supposed to do it, okay. So everything will see it. So this is what my next session is going to be, like, how to deploy a lead app application, okay, and how to create a cookbooks for that. So those things we'll see it in the next session, guys.